Welcome to another edition of the Tiger Football Report. I'm your host, Spiro Maricas, along with the head coach of the Tigers, Pete Shinnick. And Coach, Tigers go up to Long Island this past weekend, and you were coming off a bye. In the first half, it looked like you were coming off a bye.
Yeah, fair
Second
enough.
half, a little bit different, but a struggle in that first half against the Seawolves.
Yeah, it really was. And I think we saw some things that we really hadn't seen all throughout the course of the season. Have not seen Andrew miss on guys like that, which really obviously threw our offense out of whack. We're very confident in his ability to hit the open guy. We're very confident in him to be able to take, that field hitch that he, bounced out there to Jason Doss. So really kind of a strange half for all of us. We got started with an outside zone play, and, one of our best O-linemen, we're expecting him to cut off the backside end, and he doesn't, So that's kind of how the first half went. It was really just a lot of offensive miscues that really put us behind the eight ball. And then defensively, as we saw, they just found ways to get into third and short. I thought they did a great job of 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3. And, their running back came in, one of the best in the league, returning first team all conference, and he was just churning out 3.5 yards a carry. And
at the same time, your offense, again, it's a complementary game. So the defense, by staying on the field, your offense doesn't get a chance to recover and come back. And they were very successful in third downs throughout that first three quarters of the game, really.
Yeah. No, they were. And again, it is a complementary game. And so, and we talked about this to our team. You can't. We had 5 3-and-outs as an offense, okay, which is just. Those are killers. We got to get a first down somewhere. We've got to be able to stay on the field a little bit, and then while we're not getting third down conversions, they are, and so it was really a complete flip flop of what was taking place. You throw in a punt return for 45 plus yards that changes the field position game. Okay, you throw in, then an okay punt after that. Things that we have been very, very good at. Again, Stony Brook played well for 3 quarters. We did not, and really did not come alive on either side of the ball, which, again, still a mystery to me. Still things that's very frustrating because, we had really good weeks of practice. We talked about that last week, and we had really good preparation. So to then see it is, and it's how I started my post-game talk to our guys. I'm like, guys, midway through the third quarter and fourth quarter, that's the energy, that's the life, that's the, type of focus that we needed. Because at that point in time, we came alive. Nate Kent comes in, does a fantastic job for us. We go down, kick a field goal. We go down, score a touchdown, get a 2-point conversion. I've been doing this a long time to convert two-point conversions in the same game, back-to-back within about 4 minutes of each other. Never done that. So a lot of exciting things, just not enough, and too little, too late.
What went behind the decision to make the change at quarterback at halftime?
Yeah, really based, just what we said. I've never seen Andrew miss on some of the throws that he was missing on. And so obviously his rhythm was off. Obviously, his footwork was off a little bit to just not be able to do it. But, he missed Jason Doss wide open, never seen that. We had second series, first play of the second series, we got Sam Reynolds running right down, the hash that should have been a plus 50-yard gain. And he throws it behind him and over him. A play that he made 3-4 times over the course of the bye week and the off week. So he was off. We needed a spark. Again, we got a lot of confidence in Nate Kent. Nate Kent's an amazing leader. Nate Kent's an amazing teammate because he has sat here now, for a year and a half as a backup. And when he went in, he shined.
And you are in a unique situation in where the starting quarterbacks from the last 2 years, 2 different guys, are on the sideline.
Yeah. No, we are. And so, again, Nate really going into probably the last 10 days of fall camp we thought he was going to be the starter. And again, as we've talked about, Andrew just continued to get better, continued to move forward. So I think, going into this week, I think we're in a really good situation. I think, whatever takes place, and, we're still working on that as we're early in the week. But we feel like, we'll be able to execute at a higher level than we did early on in that first half.
All right, now this week you travel to North Carolina, take on the Aggies of North Carolina A&T. 2-6, but kind of deceiving because 4 of their 6 losses are by a touchdown or less.
Yeah, they lost by 3, they lost by 4, they lost by 6, they lost by 7. You're correct, and so they could easily. That's what told the team, easily be 6-2 and easily be a completely different looking record. I think they're playing better as the season's going on. Obviously, just a victory over Campbell. They're explosive on offense. I think they've got really dynamic wide receivers. And then, as you've done the research, their kick returner,
Yeah, Elijah Kennedy, punt return and kickoff return last week.
Yeah, for a touchdown. And again, been doing this a long time, only seen that a handful of times where you return a punt for a touch, and not just a punt, a 96-yard punt,
right,
and then return a 90-plus kickoff return as well. So we have got to be great in the areas that I think we struggled a little bit last week to be able to contain them.
You look, they've used several quarterbacks through the course of the year, but it looks like they've kind of settled now. Kevin Brown, he's completed 60% of his passes. What does he present? Yeah,
Kevin's played against us the last couple of years, and actually the number is 7. I believe they've played 7 quarterbacks. Kevin's played against us the last couple of years. He has a very good arm. He can run the ball, and so we've got to be able to protect against him. Last year he scrambled a couple times on us, got out of the pocket. So he can throw the ball all over the place, does a good job running their offense. I think coming in, they felt like they had a transfer that was going to be a little better, but Kevin's really kind of settled on that position for him.
All right, so the Tigers and the Aggies this Saturday at noon. Always a crazy atmosphere there, too.
It is.
They have one of the best tailgates you'll see. So Gordy and I will have the call for you at 12 o'clock on TowsonTigers.com. For the head coach of the Tigers, Pete Shinnick, I'm Spiro Marikas. Thanks for tuning in to another edition of the Tiger Football Report.